Bitcoin literally represents the conservation of energy in cyberspace. Satoshi implemented a protocol which is inherently conservative. If I send Bitcoin to you, I lose it, you have it. I can't create more. I can't lie about it. The thing that's beautiful about nature is conservation of energy. Conservative is based on natural law. It's based on the idea that if you just make something up which isn't true, you'll be punished.
Bitcoinzilla stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoinzilla today and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is the hardest money ever invented. He dives into why it's the ultimate store of value, digital energy, and unstoppable. Ready to learn why? Let's dive in.
The Bitcoin network represents that innate integrity and truth. So, if you think about the world today, there's just an inherent force. There's a struggle between capitalism and socialism, between people that believe in freedom and free markets and those that believe in central planning and collectivism. And if I'm a socialist, I want to take away your guns and your money. And Bitcoin is money that they can't take away. Like, what freedom do you have if you have all of your money in a bank that can freeze it? What freedom do you have if you have your money embedded in a currency where someone can print 4x more of it without your approval and debase it to zero? What freedom do you have if you own real estate in a city where the mayor can put rent control on it or expropriate it, or the governor can tax it away from your family? What freedom do you have if all your wealth is in a business where the government can tell you can't operate, shut down your pipeline, tax your employees, tax your income, regulate your product? And the answer is, you only have conditional freedom until the government changes and they just take away that freedom. And then when they take away your wealth, when they take away your economic power, they're going to starve you to death, and then you've got nothing. So Bitcoin represents putting your economic wealth in cyberspace. It's beyond the reach of the mayor, beyond the reach of the governor, beyond the reach of any nation state, beyond the reach of any other company that would do you harm. It is the first time in the history of the human race that you can bind economic energy tightly to an individual, to a family, to your company, and you don't have to ask permission to have economic wealth, to have money. And you don't have to live in fear that someone gets up on a morning and just takes it all away from you to power you down. And so if I am conservative, I want a family, I want a company, I want freedom. Well, how are you going to pay for it? And if you live in a country like Venezuela and the currency goes to zero, you're going to be begging for food next week. Wouldn't it be great if I could take the wealth of my family and put it into a network that no one can loot, no one can corrupt? And at the end of the day, I don't want to gamble my future. I don't want to take my life savings and gamble in the stock market. I don't want to take my life savings and gamble that the mayor of the city won't just take my property away from me. I actually just want to own the wealth. I want to own my money. And Bitcoin is a way for you to convert your capital into digital capital that will last 1,000 years. Your country will be, your company, your country, or your family will be wealthy for generations to follow. You don't have to live in fear. And when you don't have to live in fear, when you have economic independence, you can actually stretch your time horizon out, and you can build an institution, you can build your family, you can build a life for yourself.
Bitcoin has been hovering around the $95,000 level as the weekend approaches, attracting growing curiosity from traders and analysts. The coin's sideways movement is taking place amid the aftermath of a massive Bybit hack. Yet, Bitcoin's price has shown remarkable resilience. Observers note that volatility has dropped significantly, reflecting a more compressed price range. This quiet period suggests a potential break could be around the corner. Open interest across various exchanges has plunged to its lowest since early February, hinting that the market could be primed for a larger move when fresh liquidity arrives. Some analysts see this dip in open interest as a healthy reset, especially if spot buying steps in to bolster price momentum. Another notable point is the speculation surrounding strategy, led by CEO Michael Saylor. Saylor's hints at new Bitcoin purchases have often coincided with upward price action. His latest posts, alluding to updated BTC holdings, have sparked excitement that more buying is either underway or planned. On the volatility front, data from on-chain analytics points to historically low implied volatility, which could signal a looming price swing. When implied volatility reaches multi-year lows, it often sets the stage for major shifts, according to past market cycles. Analysts are watching for a potential surge in movement, especially as longer-term implied volatility remains elevated. If history repeats, Bitcoin may be on the cusp of a powerful breakout, leaving many investors eager to see what lies ahead. A shift could influence broader market sentiment for months to come.
This nation became great because of the Louisiana Purchase. We bought a third of the country from Napoleon for a few $1 million. Then we purchased Texas and California from the Mexicans for a few million more. Then we purchased Alaska from the Russians for a few million more. We didn't even know there'd be $1 trillion of mineral rights underneath Alaska when we purchased it. They called it Seward's Folly. But what I'm describing is manifest destiny. If you want to create a great nation, you have to build it on valuable property. You have to know, where is all the money headed? Where is the future? When we bought California, we didn't know there'd be a Hollywood. We didn't know there'd be a Silicon Valley. No one really considered. In 1867, we didn't have a petroleum industry. And so where is the money headed in the future? The money's headed to cyberspace. Bitcoin is property in cyberspace. The manifest destiny of this country is to own cyberspace. And I think that President Trump understands the value of owning scarce, desirable property. If we go to cyberspace and we buy Bitcoin and the nation embraces Bitcoin, then all of the capital in the world, all of the Chinese money, all the Russian money, all the European money, all of the money from the 20th century, the money invested in a Siberian warehouse, the money invested in fill in the blank, anything you could possibly own in Africa, all of that capital is flowing into cyberspace. It's going from physical to digital. It's flowing from the 20th century to the 21st century. The 21st century is going to be 1 billion AIs thinking 1 million times a second. And what are they going to be using to move their money around? They're going to use digital money because they can't get a bank account. They can't get a credit card. I have to approve my wire transfers from my bank once a week. It takes about 20 minutes, and they ask me on the phone whether the money should move.
It's a good problem. What's 478,740 Bitcoin, Michael?
We don't
feel too bad is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get it. But my point, you realize we've been doing it that way for 50 years. And if you look at the way the digital economy is going to run in the 21st century, it's going to be 1 billion computers thinking 1 million times a second, moving assets at the speed of light. Bitcoin represents digital capital. That network is $2 trillion today.
Michael Saylor, co-founder of Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, sparked widespread chatter by posting a Bitcoin tracker on social media, a move that often precedes the company's sizable BTC acquisitions. Observers notice Saylor's cryptic hint that the chart no longer reflects his recent activities. causing many to suspect that Strategy is gearing up for another significant purchase. This speculation spread rapidly across the crypto community. Some believe Strategy could be preparing to invest up to $2 billion in Bitcoin, fueled by a recent decision to raise funds through convertible bonds. These bonds, which carry no interest, can be converted into company stock and are slated to mature in 2030. They'd also align with the firm's bold 21-21st plan, aimed at securing $42 billion for future Bitcoin investments. Once a software-centric enterprise, Strategy has undergone a remarkable transformation, emerging as the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. The firm's pivot has encouraged interest from other publicly traded companies, prompting them to follow suit. According to HODL 15 Capital, more than 70 firms worldwide have now added Bitcoin to their balance sheets, inspired by Strategy's unwavering dedication to a BTC-first approach championed by Saylor. On February 10, Strategy last disclosed a purchase of 7,633 BTC for $742.4 million, lifting its total holdings to 478,740 BTC. Current valuations place those reserves at approximately $47 billion, with an overall investment of $31.1 billion. Not only has this strategy boosted Strategy's own stock performance, but it has also outpaced Bitcoin's gains. Investors now watch closely, anticipating Saylor's next move. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.